I'm not really in like a video-y mood right now. I think it's just because it's kind of dreary. I didn't sleep well last night. You guys aren't here for my little personal baby bitch problems. Hi everybody, it's your boy Dude with Tired here, doing another YouTube video. Yeah. Hi, what's up fuckers? Let's talk about the Camaro. A lot of people super supportive of the decision to get rid of the GTR and go with the Camaro, which I'm stoked about. Like, I couldn't be more happy that people see it the way I see it. Like of course I'm happy when people that watch me are all like, yeah, I also agree with that decision, because it's like a lot of us are very similar. That's why you guys watch my channel. Like, a lot of us have similar thoughts. I have some nuts in my teeth. No homo? Nah, fucking homo. But a lot of us reciprocate the same like mentality. So when I got the GTR originally, people talked a lot of shit, and that didn't really affect the way I thought about the car at the time. I was happy with the car when I got it, and I tried really hard not to let what other people think about my stuff affect me. It's my stuff, it's my money, go fuck yourself. That's how my thought process is most of the time. But it's nice when people reciprocate my feelings. So when I got the Camaro and everyone was like, yeah, like yes, of course I'm happy about that. Of course I'm stoked. And I kind of briefly talked in the video about like why I made the trade. Like, why on earth would you trade a Camaro? Why on earth would you trade a Camaro if I didn't just answer myself that question? Why would you get rid of a GTR, the pinnacle of sports cars from Japan, for a piece of shit Chevy Camaro? Let me tell you something about the GTR that you don't know. A lot of people haven't driven a GTR, more or less own one, like, at least the people who follow me. Like, a lot of the people, it was very apparent, are GTR fanboys, and I get that. Like, I was a GTR fanboy, I still am. Let me take that back. I still am a GTR fanboy. I like the GTR. It's really good at what it does. It's very fast. A lot of people are like, why didn't you mod the GTR? If you modded the GTR, it'd have been way more fun. And my GTR was full bolt-on when I got it. 600 wheel horsepower, actually like 620 wheel horsepower, 600 foot-pounds of torque. That's basically, yeah, I know I need fuel. It's a Camaro. It's V8 supercharged Camaro. Of course I need fuel. How on earth could you make that decision? Because a lot of people haven't owned one or driven one. The GTR is, like I said, it's fast. Mine was plenty fast for me. Easily the fastest 0 to 100 car that I've ever owned. Even faster than the Corvette, just because even though the Corvette had way more horsepower, I had like 200 more horsepower to the wheel, they couldn't put it down. It would spin up to like 100 miles an hour. The GTR is really good at 0 to 100. It's really good at taking turns fast. Like, I took it up to the mountains with Justin. Even on radials, like thick walled radials, it still kicked ass. Very fast car. But I'll be honest, man, it just wasn't really fun for me to drive. And I know I sound a little spoiled when I say that, like, it's like, oh, my GTR isn't as fun as I want it to be. But it's true, that car is an expensive car to own to not love. Like, I love the car, but I didn't like it like $1,000 a month like it, you know? I didn't like it $450 for a month for insurance like it. I hope that makes sense to you guys. Don't take this the wrong way. It wasn't that money was really a concern, it wasn't. Wasn't that fun. And this is actually, now that I think about it, the Camaro and the GTR, I paid for almost the exact same price. Now I think about it, 65 for the GTR. I paid 61 for this. I have the original sticker price for this. It sold for 78,000, somewhere around there. A $78,000 Camaro that I got for $60,000. So, and this car is way more fun. Is it as fast? No, it's not yet. But you have to remember the GTR was modded. Driving a stock GTR, 100% stock GTR, I feel like that this could keep up with it, if not pass it. They weigh almost the exact same. This makes substantially more wheel horsepower in its stock form. It actually puts down the power pretty well. It doesn't, surprisingly enough, it doesn't spin nearly as much as I thought it would. And people don't know that this is the 650 horsepower Camaro. This is the supercharged Corvette engine, the LT4. I think I've seen different dynos, and every dyno is different, but the consistent number for these cars is around 550 wheel horsepower. 550 wheel horsepower, 550 foot-pounds of torque. So it's almost a consistent theme from any dyno that I've seen. And they vary a little bit, but that's about what I've seen. I've seen more, I've seen less. I don't know, man. I think the new Chevrolets look really good. I think the 1500s, the front of them look good. Oh, it's got the rear painted bumper to match too. It's pretty. The fronts look mean, like Isaac Clarke from Dead Space. While the Camaro's getting serviced, I am driving a, what is this, 2018 Chevrolet 1500 to drive around town and kind of get a feel. I don't know, man, I feel like a trader having a Dodge. I'm not thinking about getting a truck anytime soon, but my buddy Chris, who works over at Days, you can go check him out, go see him if you want to buy a Chevy, is trying to convince me otherwise. I don't need another, oh, holy crap. Those little mini mirrors at the top left, that's dope. That is so good. Little circle right there, holy crap, that's nice. Dude, this thing is huge. There's so much back room space, and red, it's the fastest color. It's 4-wheel drive, so you guys the internet can stop making fun of me. That's nice. Oh, she's all nice and dirty now, though. I'm thinking about getting rid of the Brazzers tag. Ooh. Free oil change, fresh gas, not bad. Can't get much better than that. Apparently I get a couple free oil changes because the car is so new, which is nice. You know, it's absolutely fucking bananas. I think he said 12 quarts of oil, 11 or 12. I'll have to check the piece of paper, but that's a huge amount of oil. That's 3 gallons. That's 3 fucking gallons of oil. For my non-American viewers, that's like a lot of liters. How about that? But as far as the GTR was concerned, that's one thing people keep debating. Well, the Camaro's faster, the Camaro's slower. I've seen people say both. From like a dead stop, the Camaro's not nearly as fast, obviously. It's rear-wheel drive, it spins tire. Despite them having similar power and curb weight, they're within 50 pounds of each other, I think. Like 3,800-ish pounds. In stock, this thing makes more power. But here's the thing, this thing isn't staying stock. The next step in the GTR was bigger turbos. Was going to cost me around $20,000 for 800 wheel horsepower. Yeah, sure, that's the price you pay to play. Like, when you have expensive cars, it's expensive to upgrade them, right? Like, that's how that works. How much would it cost a twin turbo, a Lamborghini Gallardo? Like 60 grand. You know, that's like, obviously if you have the money for the car, you have the money for the upgrades. And it's just like, well, I didn't want to invest $20,000 into a GTR, a car that I didn't like, to make it a little bit faster. And I'm not trying to have the world's fastest GTR. I'm not trying to have the world's fastest Camaro. But here's what I am gonna do. I am gonna do a cam. I am gonna do a full exhaust, like headers back all the way. And I'll probably do like a pulley swap. That should be good for 700-ish wheel horsepower. Pretty close. I made a pretty big mistake with the Corvette, and that was that it spent more time in the shop than I did driving it. And I hated that. I really did. Like, it spent more time getting work done and adding more power and doing modifications to it. And I just kept wanting more and more out of it. I'm gonna try not to do that with this car because I don't want anything too crazy, you know? I don't need 800 wheel horsepower. I don't need 900. I don't need 1,000. I think 700, 750-ish wheel horsepower is more than enough to have fun and be streetable. And that's kind of where I want to stop. I say that now. I know how I am. I'll probably want more power, but that's just how things go. Reasonable, reliable, fun power without being too crazy. I'm really not trying to justify my purchase or make you feel like I think that the GTR is a lesser of a car than the Camaro. Because that's not the case. I mean, you're comparing 2 different vehicles. You can define what a good car is on your own terms. And a lot of it's opinion based, right? And I get that you want your opinion to feel valid. Like, what? Is he trying to tell me that the GTR sucks compared to the Camaro? He obviously doesn't know what he's talking about. I know he's owned both, but he doesn't know what he's talking about, you know? I think that's really funny. And a lot of people thought I was crazy. Like, when I walked into the dealership and I was like, I want that Camaro over the GTR, they're like, what the fuck? But at this point, I know what I like. I know that I don't like V6 automatic. I like V8 manual. That's what I like. It's what I'm about. To me, the Camaro is a way better car than the GTR for me. As far as performance-wise too, the ZL1 1LE is an amazing track car. That's like what it is. It's like its thing. Am I gonna track it? Probably not. This thing will probably never see a track. I got it because I like the way it looks, and I got it because I like the way it drives and how fast it is and how it sounds and all of that good stuff. But that's what I like. I'm not here to justify it, but your opinion isn't everyone else's opinion, you know? Like, if you hate the Camaro because you're a GTR fanboy, then like that's just like your opinion, man. And I think that's probably like a pretty cancerous trait of the car community. You should have got a Mustang. Yeah, I'm gay. If you really like kissing dudes, you should have got a Mustang. Mustang Slowbra. You should have got a Honda Civic hatch. You should have got a V6. GTRs hold their value better, which is probably true, actually. Like, in all fairness, like, the GTRs do tend to hold their value, but the car's been in production for almost 10 years now. I think 2009 was the first year that they went into production, the 2009 model anyway. Up until the 2017s, they were built bad on the inside. It's creaky plastic, the radio sucks, the voice call sucks, the transmission clanks, it makes all these noises, it constantly sounds like it's braking. They're very sensitive to certain things, and they're just not fun for people like me to drive, you know? You can only do this so many times, woo, and then you're done. It's just not what I want. But I do think that a lot of people will feel the same way about that car if they buy one, who are like me, like looked up to the GTR, were excited to get one. If they get one, they're gonna be disappointed. The interior of this car is built significantly better than the previous gen GTR. If you think this was a downgrade from my GTR, you're absolutely nuts. You're out of your mind. The interior is just, it's substantially better. I don't care what anybody says. Sit in this car and then sit in the GTR and tell me different. Find like a 2013 GTR and then find like the 2018 ZL1 1LE and sit in the interior and tell me otherwise, because you will not be able to. Just because I like something don't mean you gotta. I'm DOITWITHDAN and welcome to my opinions.